I don't talk about Trump anymore. It's just kind of pointless in the end. But I will talk about effective means of protesting. In this particular instance, I will take the time to talk to the community here, you guys, about my favorite form of protesting in a long time, motorcycles. And I'm not, this video is not about like what you would normally see. Um, a guy's doing 100 miles an hour, he's doing wheelies, he's doing BS. That's not what this is about. This is about um, if you stop hoeing, they will stop pimping. Pimping. So I'm going to share this with the community because I feel that it benefits everybody. And I understand that there's challenges either way, but no matter what you do is going to be a challenge. You want to put $3 grand a month into that car? Go for it. You want to not put $3 grand a month in that car? Maybe we could talk. And we're going to have to work while I'm making food because I'm hungry. I'm starving. Oh yeah, I need my notes. That's what I need. Because I'll ramble. We don't want that to happen. Oh, there it is. First off, first and foremost, I'm reading this off my notes because I don't want to get lost. I'm still very confused about this new I want to look badass thing, but actually not being a badass. Kind of confusing. You can't fake the funk. Remember that? And that's something that I don't really understand, and it's part of the motorcycle community, but that does not apply to you. Let's see here. Oh, by the way, I got through the day on about $3 worth of gas. Now, here's the thing. I stopped riding in 97, 98, and didn't ride again until 3 years ago. 25, 2026, 25, 24. So September 11th, 2024, I got a new bike. But here's what I'm trying to tell you. You're not buying a sport bike. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about protest purchases. That's what we're talking about here. So you're not really concerned with all the looking like anything or sounding like anything or trying to look like somebody from TV or something like that, which is a weird part of it too. You're gonna come across it, but what I do is I immediately tell people, hey, look. They go, oh, cool motorcycle, man. Where are you coming from? Are you coming from Nebraska? Where are you going to? Are you going to Alaska? And then I stop them. Look, I'm working DoorDash. I know that it looks like one of those kind of bikes. I know that I might look like one of those kind of guys, but it's not the case. I'm working. I'm moving French fries back and forth across town. That's all that I'm doing. There's a lot of similarities in the way both bikes look, but it's just not me. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm sorry to kind of ruin your fantasy for you. And that's the script I use almost verbatim for because I have at least 11 interviews a day. I call them interviews where people will stop me while I'm working and then want to talk to me about the fact that they love motorcycles. And I have to explain to them that it ain't that kind of party. I'm here to pick up somebody's hamburger, French fries, alcohol, take it to their house, drop it off, get paid. That's what I'm doing. And here's another caveat. I have never loved motorcycles. I got into motorcycles. I was busy with Transformers and He-Man and BMX. I was BMX freestyle for a long time. And then my man Ty, he said, Mike, he said, I got this videotape. Come on over, watch this videotape with me. I said, what, man? It was a World Superbike with Kevin Schwantz, Wayne Rainey, all those guys. I was hit with riding. I like riding. I'm not a fan of any particular motorcycle. It's not that kind of party. I like riding. That's where I get my enjoyment from. So it has nothing to do with what I'm on. I have no, I'm not tied up into into a specific, I love the Kawasaki, I love the Honda. No, I like riding. That's it. I started out on two wheels as a bicycle messenger in New York in the 80s, and I should have never stopped riding at all, ever, ever, ever. So that's something you're going to come across every day. Oh, I love this motorcycle. I love that motorcycle. I know as much about my motorcycle as you probably know about your car. And on that note, let's make sure I'm covering it here. On that note, the types of motorcycles we're going to cover. Number one, anything with two wheels, motorcycle, maybe three. You got two wheels, you got a motorcycle, gas-powered scooter, automatic transmission. You can put your feet out front. You can wear a dress. You can wear heels. You can wear whatever. You probably want to clip. If you get on a scooter with a dress, you probably want to clip the dress or something so it doesn't, so you're not putting on a show. So you're not becoming the next viral video of somebody filming you going down the highway with your dress. So you probably want to like tie it up with some Velcro or something. I don't know how. Never worn a dress on a motorcycle before, so I don't know how that would work. But you figure it out. You figure it out, and you get the one that fits you. And you get on Facebook Marketplace, you buy the next scooter that is, and I would say scooter first. The next gas-powered scooter, you buy that and then get on your way. $500, $1,200, somewhere in that area. $500 is really kind of low. You want to stay in the $1,200 area because you're looking to replace your car. You're not looking to look like anything. You're not looking to look like Keanu Reeves. You're looking to look like you getting to work on 30 cents of gas. That's what you're looking to do. So that's what we're talking about. I'm hungry, so let's go make something to eat. Okay, I got to stop saying okay in my videos. Do I have rice? I do have rice. All right, we're going to have to clear this off. All right, I just made all of this. So I don't know where everything goes yet. So give me a minute. But know that, let me put this in here for the moment. That over there, that goes right there. I'm going to take you. I do have nori. All right, good. I'm going to take you. I'm going to move you over here because I need prep space. I think this sink, it's over the wheel well. So I think that's kind of the best place for it, over the wheel well, because that leaves me storage space on either side. But functionally, I don't know how all this is going to work. I'm figuring it out. I'm doing this one step at a time. And yes, this is yet another form of protest. I have not paid rent since 2019. 2019, my rent was, I think, $800 or $900, and came back to New Mexico, and that was just it. I was done. I was done with paying rent. And to be very honest with you, I wish I had done this when I was very young, because this is a young man's game. So for some of us, it's a kick in the balls to all the landlords around the world. To the rest of us, to the kids, this might be a way of life that saves them over $780,000. That's how much I paid in rent since 1985. But back to bikes. You get on Facebook Marketplace, you buy the next $1,200, $500. You buy a $500 scooter, and here's the thing. At first, it's going to seem like, this is a stupid idea, but then you're going to see the money coming in. When you see the money coming in, that's when you're gonna, kind of see, okay, this might have some meat on the bone. And then that little $500 scooter is going to turn into the next one. which is going to be a, hold on a second. Which is going to be a $1,200 scooter. Then you're going to get a Suzuki Bergman. Suzuki Bergman is the Lincoln Town Car. Deep cut right there. Is the Lincoln Town Car of scooters. Oops, don't do that. There's the little ones. All right, that goes back in there. Now, that goes in there. This is like Orange Julius a little bit almost. See how that goes. Got ice cubes now. I'm living large. Oh, that's good. That is good. So you get the little $500 scooter, you're good to go. Now, here's the thing. Insurance, $82 a year. Registration, I think it was like 20 bucks. Fill the tank, $18. My bike gets about 50 miles to the gallon. The gas-powered scooters usually get about 100. And the regular motorcycles don't get a 400cc bike. Do not buy the beginner bike. Listen to me. Do not buy the beginner bike. That was a mistake. I've never had a beginner bike. I'm always beginning again, so that's that. What you want to do is you want to get a bike that's a little higher than what you need. My bike is what they call a sport touring bike. A sport touring bike is huge by bike standards. It's a big bike, but it's got the boxes in the back. Where's the top of this thing? It's got the boxes in the back. It's got all the stuff. I've had welding machines. I've had raw steel. I built this bus on the back of that bike. And I forgot to get a what is that knife called that you use it to peel? A peeler. I forgot to get the peeler. I didn't get a peeler. I was supposed to get a new peeler today. Oh, that's right. I didn't get no money till payday. So I guess there's a reason I didn't get a peeler. You're going to want to get a little more bike than you can handle. And here's why. This bike I got is a sport touring bike. This thing's going to have to come up some because I can't keep leaning over like that. This bike I got is a sport touring bike. And it is a little bigger than anything I've ever ridden. It is quite heavier than anything I've ever ridden. And it has a much larger engine than everything I've ridden. And this is what I'm trying to tell you is that the Mustang and the Lincoln Navigator have the same motor in it. I'll say it again for the people in the back. The Mustang has the same motor as the Lincoln Navigator. It's two different experiences altogether. You feel me? Two different experiences. So this is basically what I got is the Lincoln Navigator version of motorcycles. So that's what you're looking for. Bigger than what you're used to, as big as you can possibly get it, and with as much storage as you can get on that thing. That's going to come later. That is something that you're going to have to do, as time goes on. Because you got to find the stuff, and it's not going to be perfect in the beginning. It's going to be a little odd in the beginning. It's not going to have enough of this. It's not going to have enough of that. But that first night after you ride somewhere that you got to ride to work or wherever, you're going to sleep so good, none of that's going to matter anyways. I slept my first day back on a motorcycle. Number one, and what we'll finish this with is the friction zone. I had learned so much about riding safely, about riding in traffic, about riding slow. And we'll wrap it up with that. I learned so much about riding slow that I was exhausted on the first day. You're going to sleep good. And like I said, we're going to finish this up with two things. We're going to finish this up with riding slow and what attitude you're going to have while you're taking your money back, because that's what this is really about. This is a soft protest. Billionaires don't understand when you picket with signs in the street. Billionaires understand when you stop buying Pepsi. That's what billionaires understand. Why isn't Pepsi selling so much in this side of town? Why are these people in this city not buying gas anymore? Because they figured something out. The motorcycle you get is going to be bigger than what you think you need, both physically and engine-wise, because you don't want the power of the bike to be an issue. But it's going to be way less of an issue than you think. Power of the bike is going to be way less of an issue than you think. And you don't want to have to be thinking about trading in bikes and trading up bikes. And here's the kicker. If you learn to ride slow first, then you can ride any motorcycle. That fear I had the first day I rode this bike, I faked the funk in the beginning. But that fear I had the first couple hundred miles, it was bad, but it would have been way worse had I not learned how to ride slow first. And it's just watching videos, no classes, no nothing. I watched videos, and then the day I got the bike, I went out to a parking lot and I just learned how to ride slow. Friction zone. You learn how to ride slow, you can ride any bike, any scooter, any motorcycle. That's the key. The key is not 100 miles an hour doing wheelies. The key is 1 mile an hour turning into a parking space. That's the key. You do that, you can ride for the rest of your life. 100 miles a gallon for the next however many years you're going to be alive for the rest of your life. You're taking money out of a billionaire's pocket. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Now, here's the kicker. You're scared. You're scared. I'm scared every time I get on the bike. I'm scared every time I get on it. I'm scared every time I get on the highway. I'm scared every time I have to work my way through Walmart parking lot. I'm scared, but it's that fear that keeps me alive. It's that fear that's kept me alive for almost 60 years now. But don't let that fear overtake anything. Think of it this way. You ever seen a Joe Pesci movie? You seen Joe Pesci movies? I only seen like 2 Joe Pesci movies. I just saw, what was the one with the car with a limited slip differential where he's trying to get Scott Baio out of jail. I just saw that one. But I've seen Joe Pesci in real life in New York, and I've watched him do interviews. I watched him go on SNL and stuff. The person he is in real life is the mask. What you would think that Joe Pesci would do in a bad situation where somebody bumps into him, and he starts asking questions to see if you did it intentionally, to see if he's going to have to kick your ass or if everything is going to be cool and it was just an honest mistake. That's the Joe Pesci, not the actor movie parts. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about who he is as a person. He's 5'5", whatever pounds. He's a little guy. But when you say Joe Pesci, everybody knows what you're talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You have to be Joe Pesci on the road. You have to be Joe Pesci on the road. You're small. And if you're a woman, you've already covered this, because riding a motorcycle is the closest thing men will ever be to being a woman. Everybody's bigger than you. Some of them want to kill you. Some of them will kill you by accident. And they are all way stronger than you. That's something women have to deal with every day. As men, we don't even think about that. We think we can muscle our way through everything, but that's not the case. Do you think Joe Pesci can muscle his way through everything? No, he's a small guy. He uses presence, he uses his attitude, he's polite, and he kicks ass if he has to. We'll talk again.